Hey guys, this is Jasmine from Minnie the Pug Journals. I'm here to show you guys my most recent, I guess, collection, you could say. My most recent set of journals that I've been working on. So all of these are like sewing pattern themed or sewing themed journals. I'm gonna go one by one, and I think I'll start with the biggest one. But before that, I would like to show you guys what each one will come with, and then I'll show you what's in all of them. So there's one of these packs for each one. I showed like these like little like folios that I worked on for like I kind of like previewed one of them. I don't remember which one. The very first one that I made, that will have like some of the extras, and then there will be more. And obviously the pieces in these may vary, or they may, like, they'll all be very similar, or but they will vary, because for this particular collection I used a lot of vintage items or vintage pages, like from those oh my goodness, what are they called? Like those magazines. Let me see if I can get one because I don't remember the name. Right, so like from these work basket magazines. I used a bunch of pages for the journals, so I did include, or like different sewing magazines or sewing pattern, like crochet books or like quilting books, different kinds of items like that, and they were all, or mostly vintage. We'll have some modern stuff, but some of it will be vintage. And this is not a vintage pattern, it's a sticker, and it came in like one of these like manila envelopes from when I ordered some fabric from Leah from Thrifty Day, and she mailed them out in these like manila envelopes with these sticker like sewing patterns on them, and I wanted to repurpose them, so I used them for this. I used actually I used these from Leah, and then I purposely bought some other items for these journals. Okay, so this is how this one looks. They have an envelope in here, and they have some stuff in here, little pages. They'll all come with one of these like advertisements that were in one of the work basket magazines I use. They'll come with like the top of a sewing pattern. There'll be tags in there and other goodies. Let me see. So like I said, there's another pocket here, and there's a tag in here. They'll all come with one of these wallpaper like floating pockets. This is the only one that has one like this, and it talks about like silks and satins. The other ones have like a trade card that has like a sewing company like logo on them. They'll all come with one of these wallpaper pockets. I bought these from Madeline Diet Designs. And then they'll all come, originally I was only gonna put like a small piece of pattern, like the sewing pattern papered like tissue, like the paper that actually has the pattern for you to make whatever was in the was intended for the sewing pattern. But then I decided to add more because I had so much of it. They'll all come, like in here there's more stuff. There's like a, what's it called? Like a slotted like pocket in there, like from a die cut, and like pieces of the pattern book and things like that. So they'll all come with one of these that you could use in your journal or however you like. They will all come with one of these vintage postage, not postage, with these vintage index cards. And I did put like some stickers that I had. They'll come with one of these pages. Well, this one has two. They'll come with one of these pages from, it's The Shoemaker and the Elves. Actually, this is a workbook that my mom had saved from when I or one of my siblings was in elementary school. So it's pretty old. It's not super old, but it is old. It looks pretty worn. I just liked the like images. They'll come with one of these magazine pages from the Needlecraft magazine. There's more, like I said, this one has it more pieces. Some of them may be more intact, but you could use this to like cover like a master board or something, and it would look cool. It would look more aged. They'll all come with some of this faux rice paper that I made, a piece. Some of this like scraps from like pages that I used. They'll all come with one of these envelopes from an embroidering book page. They'll also come with one of these like button cards. This one has a very small one. They'll come with one of these pages, more like modern vintage looking. They'll all come with this playing card that came with their like their closures. So I bought these and they came wrapped in these playing cards. So what you'll see here is the end of that. And then, you know, there's a couple more extras. So they'll all come with these items. You know, and then the little folio. I believe I added more for the bigger journals. I believe that this one I designated for the smallest one. And I don't but they all have essentially the same items. But I believe maybe I added a little bit more to the other ones, or I might just not remember and I added the same amount. But they all have very similar items. So that's just something, you know, that I wanted to go over before I went over the journals. Oh, also, so one thing I forgot to mention. So my last journals, I didn't really make any pouches for them to go in. This year, so this one is a little dirty because it's my sister's and she uses it. But my mom participated in like these Bible study classes, you know, summer camp that our church had, and she was helping out, and she made these like little tote bags for these classes. And I'm thinking, she told me, I asked her if she could teach me how to make them, and she agreed. So I'm thinking of making some, well, this one's written on because it has a Bible quote on it, but I'm thinking I might make some so that I can send my journals in, and they do fit, and they're pretty big. So they will fit multiple, you know, items in here. So I'm thinking of doing that for these journals, since it is, you know, kind of like sewing theme patterned. So just so you guys know, I haven't made them yet. My mom agreed to show me how to make them. I believe it's like a jean fabric. Has a little like handles and the little fabric here. I thought they were super cute, so I'm thinking I might make these for the journals to go in. So I just wanted y'all to know that as well, that it's also part of my plan to make these to send them in. Haven't made them yet, but I will. I'm planning to. My mom had leftover fabric, so it'll either be, you know, like this floral fabric on top or a different floral fabric if she didn't have any of this one left. I like it because I feel like it really goes with the colors that I chose. But if she doesn't have any left, I should have a bunch of fabric. So I'll be doing that. Okay, guys, so sorry if the lighting is different time of the day. Well, more like different day on recording. So this is the biggest journal. This is the closure. It's just a hand-torn piece of fabric. I did buy these, like I mentioned. I bought it on Etsy. I don't remember the name of the shop, but I'll be sure to link it below. This fabric is just has like a bunch of like buttons, and I thought it was really cute, and it felt fitting, so I used this one. My dog is here, so I'm sorry we can hear dog noises. Anyway, so this is the biggest journal. Like I said, the covers were made with vintage sewing pattern envelope cover thingies. I did a bunch of patchwork. They have metal corners as well, but I did a bunch of patchwork and sewing. The base of the cover is like a lilac color. So the fabric is not going to be like soft to the touch because I did seal like all of the journals with Liquitex varnish just to make sure, I don't know, it was durable. So this one does have 3 signatures, bunch of patchwork. The biggest one and the medium one, which have 2 signatures, have the same fabric on the spine. And then this is the back. Sorry, I'm so sorry. And then this is the back. It has, the back of the vintage sewing pattern envelope, more patchwork. It also has these metal corners, and this is the charm. The charms do have sewing themed, little, they have sewing themed charms and beads, and oh my god, this one moved. And I did add a button to all of them, so as you can see. And they also have other things that might remind sorry, my dog got zoomies. And they also might have other things that may fit with the colors, like these cherries. They all have one of these little cherry charms. So yeah, that's the. And then, like I said, I did buy different items for these journals. Let me see if I have one of her cards. Give me one second. So, aside from the closures, the ribbon, the hand torn fabric closures, I also give me one second. I feel like this is crooked and it's bugging me. Okay. I also bought some cards, journaling cards, tags. It was a bundle from my friend Yuki over at Atelier Pony. This is her card. I bought multiple things from her. That last Christmas journal that I showed was from her as well. So yeah, so they all do get items from her. So I bought this bundle of, like I said, journaling cards, pockets, tags, and I also bought some snippet rolls that she was selling. So this one, for instance, has this pocket and this journaling card that I did buy from her. And then, so some of this cardstock was white, single-sided, so I sewed 2 pieces together. This is a page from a vintage book. This is a snippet roll that I was talking about that I also purchased from her. So this was bought specifically for these journals. And I made it into a tuck spot. This is a pocket that can be either glued down or left floating around. This is a wax seal that I also bought from Yuki. But these were, I bought them for my own use, but I had them, so I liked them, so I decided to use them here. It's just a card, a journaling card that I made, and I did some clustering here. I used some like embroidered trim. This is a sticker from one of the yarns, the threads that I use. You know how the rolls have like that sticker on top? That's one of them. I did include some vintage children's book pages. I really like vintage children's books, and I added them like what felt fitting in a way. I believe I added these because they were hanging like laundry, and you know, clothing, I guess. So more of the what's it called? The Work Basket magazine. This is a pocket, and inside they're all gonna have either it'll be completely sewn shut, it'll be like this, or maybe like a tuck. It's an embroidery, no, a sewing. I don't remember the name of the book. I believe it's like Sewing Encyclopedia or something like that. And it has a bunch of like different, like it shows you how to do different things. Or that Work Basket magazine. So they all will also have a piece of like a fabric page. I believe this one and the medium one, like I said, have the same fabric, and then the other one will have a different fabric. And I believe I got these from Madeline Diet Designs. Yes. So more of that book. This is just a guest check, and I added one of these pockets, like, what do they call it? Like slotted pockets, something like that. And I just included a little something there, and it's a tuck spot, and it has this embossed wallpaper tag. For this journal, I forgot to mention that. So for this journal, I did add I added trim and lace. So you'll see trim tabs and lace tabs. So, you know, that's just something I really liked the full effect of the lace. And I had and I was so indecisive about whether I wanted trim, embroidered trim tabs, or lace. And the other two have lace, but for this one I wanted to try out the trims, but I wanted it to look more full, so I decided to add lace as well. So you will see that. So for these pages, I didn't want to fold them in half and have them vertical because I felt like they would be too small. So I did use this vintage tape, and it's not vintage, it's made, but it's vintage looking tape and washi tape to secure it, to secure the pages. This is sewn in, so it won't come off. And this is a button cluster that I also got from Madeline Diet Designs. They will all have one of these like vintage fabric sample pieces. I did make tucks out of them. I mean flips out of them. So they will all just vary because I didn't have the same one for all of them. They all also have some of these fabric tags. This is the biggest one, I believe. It's in here. Another pocket with this page, that's what I mean. So for this page, this children's page, I used it because I really like their clothing. I don't know, it felt very like I guess older style clothing. And then this is another little tab with a little house. This is, I believe this is a page. Yeah, this is the other side of this page. And then So this is some lace that I got from Thrifty Day. Leah from Thrifty Day in one of her packages. She sometimes uses lace to like wrap the packages, and that was in it. This is another one from that came in the package from Atelier Pony, and I just made it into a tuck spot. I just glued it down. I didn't really sew it. And this is just a printable piece that I backed. So it could be a journaling card. And then this is a page from a magazine, a vintage magazine. I don't remember the name. And I added this fabric flip because I didn't feel like the back really fit the theme. And they all will also have a fabric flip with this particular fabric that I got also from Thrifty Day. I bought a bundle from her. So this is just tea-dyed paper. So these journals have a lot of tea-dyed paper, or like, you know, they do have some white, but it's not like stark white. I feel I think I did a lot. I tried to minimize the white on these journals. They all will also have like a button card tuck spot of sorts, and they all will also have one of these that I cut with the postage edge scissors. You know, those decorative edge scissors. And this is another book from like that teaches you, I believe, how to sew. This is a page from I believe it's like a dream journal. I bought like three journals, 3 composition books that track somebody's dreams, and I believe this is a page from that. It's a vintage, like it's like an older book, I believe from the 90s. Some more trim ruffles. So this is another one of those pockets, like the one that was in the front. And I did some clustering here with a little doily, but it is a pocket. I guess you could shut it and, I don't know, use it back for journaling or something. And this is the bottom, like this is like the edge of one of those like fabrics that they have. So more of this like book pages. I believe this was from a pattern book, like how to make patterns or something like that. This is I received these hidden tucks, these hidden words. It's too early in the morning. These hidden paper clips from somebody from one of my Facebook groups for a wish, and I just used it to clip. They will also have one of these thread, you know, it's just like a piece of cardstock, but it could be used as a journaling card. I didn't really do much to it, but they'll come in one of these wallpaper pockets, along with this other piece, like bigger piece of that scrapbook paper that could also be used as either you know, the recipient can do with it as they please. This is another piece of that snippet roll, and it's I just used it as a tuck. And here's another one of those tags. These are this is fabric that I glued onto cardstock. I really like these snippet rolls. Like, you can see the amount of detail that she used, and it's on this. I believe this is alcohol ink dyed. If I recall correctly, I believe that's what I used to dye them. More like these magazine pages or book pages. I believe this is like a quilting book. So a lot of pages like that. And then this is a flip. The page is a little bit more frill because it's an old magazine. So because of that, I don't think I showed when I showed the kit, but give me 1 second. So because all of these pages are vintage, and I didn't really reinforce some of them, I mean, they felt sturdy enough, so I didn't really reinforce them. But then I was watching a video the other day, and like the concern of them coming, you know, loose came up. So because of that, I did decide to include in each of the extras, like this, they will all come with the same amount of washi tape. So I did add a couple of washi tape samples, and I did use quite a bit. You know, I did go around it a couple times for each one. So I feel like this is quite a bit of washi tape. But you know, it could be used just in case something were to happen. Of course, you could also use something else. You know, you could use pages, you could use to mend it, or you know, so on, regular tape, whatever. But I did want to give that option. I feel like the pages are sturdy enough, like nothing's gonna happen, but it did, I guess, you know, anxiety. It hit me like, oh my god, maybe I should have reinforced them a little more, you know, especially this that might be opening and closing. But they could always just tear it off and use it somewhere else. And this is a flip from like a vintage ledger. Well, a flip and a tuck, because as you can see, it's sewn here. This is another page. And then this is the last signature, which has another one of these. I glued this into a tuck spot. This is also from Yuki. This is a tag that's also from Yuki that, you know, has a flip and you can journal on the back. She did some modeling paste and has this little girl here. Thought it was really cute. Oh, and this is a pocket, okay? And this journal does have this, like, you know, kind of like a faux envelope, and you can write in there, or you could always, you know, glue it shut. So it does have fabric and cardstock on the inside. And I just put it in this rather large pocket. More of that work basket. I used this page because of the costumes. I thought it was so cute. More tea-dyed paper. I really like this trim. It's like a floral kind of trim. It's in a page from a magazine. They all will also have one of these pockets with this particular like trim lace kind of thing. This is actual ephemera, like this is an actual I'm not sure what it's called, but it you know, it's real, it's vintage. I don't know, I've become like a vintage, I've been buying a lot of vintage items, so there's that page from the dream journal. This one has this like a little like cluster. It has like little pieces of trim and fabric and lace, and this little embossed piece of paper, and it can be, I mean, they can be removed and used however the recipient wants to use them. They're just pinned with a bulb pin. Another, I guess, tuck spot in there. This is another corner tuck, also from that snippet roll. So I tried my best when I was cutting the snippet roll to avoid cutting anybody's head or legs, right? So this tiny piece was left, and I used it as a little tuck here. And this is another tag from Yuki. This piece I received from Beth from Yes, I Made It Myself. And so I just tucked it in here. This is a pocket from some, what's it called? Some type of trim. I don't remember the name. This one has this little, it's a printable that I backed. And yeah, so you can open this and it could be like a secret, you know, writing spot. And I did some clustering here. So more magazine pages, more dyed paper, the other half of that smaller page, more journal page. This is another piece of the snippet roll. Once again, you know, I don't want to cut anybody's head off or anything like that. So I just used it here as kind of like a, to kind of hold it and, you know, be able to flip on this tea-dye paper. Okay, so this, I unfortunately made a mistake. I wasn't really paying. I made the mistake of not gluing the flap down before I sewed. So this one did end up coming out a little wonky, but it's fine, you know, it can still flip, you know, it's just a little sideways. But yeah, they all have one of these DVD cases. And once again, you know, the costumes, I just did some layering here with, you know, clustering. This is some lace. It's pink. I don't think you can see it that well on camera. And then the other side of the page. And I believe that, yeah, I didn't put anything here, but this is another pocket, like a very big pocket. So, you know, the recipient can put something back there. So these journals, so the fabric for the spine and here for the inner lining, I did get it from Leah from Thrifty Day, from one of her fabric bundles. I don't remember which one. Yeah, I did line the inside with this fabric, and then the spine has the same fabric as the outside. So this is the biggest journal. Okay, so this is the second journal. My phone turned off when I started recording, so I already removed the closure. It's the same closure, same torn fabric strip with buttons. So I'll have the page counts and everything at the end of the video. Okay, so, you know, it's also a simplicity pattern. Same lilac color on the cover. Patchwork as well. The middle corners. Oh my goodness, what happened? Oh no. Okay, so I think I made a mistake when binding this journal. Oops. I did the binding on the inside instead of the outside, and I just noticed that. But that'll be fixed by the, you know, by the time I sell this one. So the binding will be fixed. I can't believe I took pictures of these journals and I never noticed. But yeah, it's an easy fix. Just gotta, I'll just have to, where is it? Let's see, where's the center? Yeah, I'll just have to undo the binding and like rebind it to the outside. I can't believe I never noticed that. But yeah, that'll be fixed probably today. I can't believe I did that. Anyway, so the same pattern. This one does have 2 signatures. As I said, the binding will be fixed. The same thing as the other one. The fabric will be stiff because of this, the varnish. So patchwork, the spine, and this is the back of the cover. The charm, as mentioned, has beads in similar color schemes. It also has like these sewing charms, the spool, the button, the cherries, and I used an orange thread for this one. Okay, so once again, I used a children's book page because of the the clothing here. I really liked it. This is another one from Yuki. It's just a pocket with a tag. This is a book page once again that was not double-sided, so I decided to sew 2 pages together. This one has lace here that I got from Thrifty Day. This is the flip with this like spool fabric, magazine pages, tea-dyed paper, more magazine pages. This is I hung this, once again, like the trims and laces and fabric here with this embossed paper. This embossed paper I also got from Yuki. I had bought it, I believe, during Valentine's. This, like, fabric trim with, like, embroidery on it. Magazine page. This one's about lace. This is like a ledger paper. This is that pocket, the hidden paper clip, as mentioned before. I got from one of my groups. Scrapbook page piece. Could be a journaling card. This I also got from Beth from Yes, I Made It Myself. And that pocket with that trim that I had mentioned earlier. That journal page from the Dream Journal. This is a coffee or tea dyed page that I bought, I believe, and it has lace detail. This is the tuck with the buttons, the button card. This is a pocket made from an envelope that I, covered in a junk mail envelope that I covered with tea dyed paper, coffee dyed paper, and it has like little pieces of ephemera. It has this like I mentioned, I cut these with the postage, edge decor scissors, and it has a tag back here, also from Yuki. It has that modeling paste and the little girl. You can journal on the back. And it goes. And I just did a cluster here. More journaling page. More work basket page. So like I said, these will all have like more lace. These don't have trims. So this is from another magazine. I believe it talks... I don't remember what it talks about. But I believe it's fabric or like home decor. This is another dyed page. So it may look wider here, but it's not. Magazine page. This is also from Yuki. I just I glued it on. It can be it's a tuck spot on the back, and you can flip it open, but it is a tuck spot in the back. So as you can see, and then here's the little girl. And then this is the back of that page, a children's book page. This is another printable. I don't know the name of the printables because I got these from one of my crafty friends from a Facebook group. So I don't really know the name of the printables. And then I backed it. Here's another piece of this scrapbook paper. It has a sewing machine. Thought it was cute. This guest check is a tuck spot, and it has one of these like slitted, I'm not sure the name, pocket of these pockets. And this is another tag from Yuki. And I just put in here, it fits perfectly. This is another page that I believe it's from the alcohol dyes. More lace. I really like this blue color of lace. This is a vintage book page from like a like a floral book, I believe. So this is the other piece of the fabric that's similar, like the fabric page similar to the other journal. I used the roses one that I got from Madeline from Madeline Dia Designs. Snippet roll, I just used it on this flip. More of this page. So some of the lace is ruffled, some of it is just flat and sewed on. Here's one of these fabric tags. More lace, more scrap of paper. Another one of these from a sewing book. Here is the other, here's a DVD cover or CD cover, and then here is a button cluster that I got from Madeline Dia Designs, and inside I just put like a little piece of cardstock, and I did some clustering here. More pages. So this one also has one of these pockets that I did some layering with some trim and a doily and some lace. And it also has one of these, it has the eyelet and the little wax seal that I got from Yuki. And just put it, I just made a pocket out of the snippet roll here. And then this one is more like a flip with this eyelet trim. I believe that's what it's called. And then this is the sample. So this magazine page had like a baby on it. So I just used this baby, this toddler fabric sample piece, and I made a flip. So this is the other side of the book page. Once again, I used the alcohol ink tape that I made. This is, I believe, a pattern book. More lace. And that's the end of it. So this one also has one of these like faux envelope pieces. And the fabric is very similar, just like a different color on the inner lining like the other one. And as you guys know, it has the same fabric as the other one on the spine. Like I said, I will fix this signature. I can't believe I missed that. I don't know how I went from doing this to like putting it on the inside, but I'll fix it. So that's the second one. And then this is the smallest one with only one signature. So the medium one has 2 signatures, the smallest one has 1 signature. I believe they're all about the same size though, like in terms of height. Yeah, this one might even be a little bit taller, like if I like, no, I believe they're all like the same height. Yeah, I believe they're all like about the same height. Probably the same width as well. Just a difference in spine width. And this one has a more rounded spine. This was the very first one I made out of all of them. So I used this this vintage pattern, sewing pattern on the cover. And then this is the one signature. I used this sunflower like duck fabric, or I'm not sure what it's called. And as I said, the fabric is going to feel stiff because I did seal everything. And I sealed everything because of the patterns. Since they're so old, I didn't want them to keep like fraying or getting damaged. And this is the charm. I use like this brown tan colored thread. It has a little sewing machine. I didn't have a no, I did use a button, but it was this like charm, like a clover button, and I still wanted like a button on here like the other ones, so I used this button charm. It also has the cherries and very, like, I want to say it feels spring summery colored beads. They just feel like fun colored beads. So the inside, I chose this like daisy colored fabric that I also got from Thrifty Day. So not all of the, like, my patchwork was, some of the patchwork fabric what I did get from Thrifty Day. Another, like, other pieces are from other sellers that I purchased, or just fabric that I've gotten my hands on. But I really like it. So this is another card from Yuki. It's just blank on the inside, I believe. And this is a pocket that I really liked, that I felt would go well here. I also added this, so I believe this was the back, but since I wanted to turn it into like a tuck spot, and it had this like little girl on the back, I decided to kind of flip it, and this is a, you could put like little pictures here or something. I think I put a piece of the pattern on all of them. So this is what I mean, like, this is so frail, that I, like, it feel like, I don't feel like it'll tear off, but, you know, in case something were to happen, that's why I added the washi tape samples. You know, over time, it's just gonna get older, you know, the paper is already old. So this one is ledger paper with fabric. This is the book pages that I chose here. I like their clothing. More pattern paper, magazine page. This is another page. I really like how the white went with this like almost emerald green color. So the fabric page on these is, I also got this fabric from Madeleine Diet. And the reason I chose this fabric was because the pieces were smaller, and so I didn't have to cut widthwise. This one was already cut to size. As you can see, it's already torn all around. For the other ones, the piece was tall enough to fold in half and cut, but the widthwise was already perfect. So that's why I chose that fabric that she had sent me. Magazine page, shoes. This is a tuck spot here. It has that, like another one that I cut, almost to look like a stamp. More lace. This scrapbook page, work basket page. This is a tuck spot with the button card, and it has this tag from Yuki. This lace, all of them, I believe I put this lace on all. I think I used very similar laces on all of them. So I did add this one as an extra here. It's I believe it's supposed to be a fabric salt, but it didn't have the fabric piece at the bottom or in the back. I think I got it as an extra when I ordered when I bought the fabric sample, so I just sewed around it and added some lace to it. And this tag, fabric tag. This is a pocket with this trim here. The hidden paper clip with the flower, another one for this piece of cardstock, and this book page, this floral book page here. This is a piece of snippet roll that I chose for this one, and I just put a tag in here on this tea-dyed paper. This is, I did want it to have, you know, like they all have their fabric sample flips, so I did add one here. So it does have the fabric in the back. I believe this is from a quilting book. More magazine pages, tea-dyed paper that you can flip out. Some of this tea-dyed paper, like unless it has lace, like a lace pattern on it, I dyed all the tea dyed and coffee dyed paper or alcohol dyed paper. More of this blue trim, and I added the safety pin with a little piece of embroidered paper. More work basket pages, also paper I dyed. So this one has like a lace impression. I bought this page. And then this one also, oh, I forgot to put a little piece of something in here. But this is the CD case with the button cluster. You open it, you can put something in here. I'll be sure to put something in there. And I did some clustering in the back, as you can see, with some trim and lace. More lace. The other side of the small page, this is where I put the flip for this spool fabric, and then here is the wallpaper floating pocket with the spool piece of cardstock, and I just added some like little ribbon here to this paper clip. The other side of the fabric page. And then this is the other, so for some of these book pages, obviously they don't really like, I didn't want to fold them in half, like I said, so I did use either washi tape and that alcohol inked tape, or I used fabric, like Tim Holtz fabric tape on them. And this is like that pocket, and it has, this is an actual envelope, but it's not faux. It's with that pattern, with that sewing book page. More ledger paper. The other side of the part of the pattern that was actually here. This is a pocket, a large pocket in here, and it has one of these pockets. I did some clustering on here, and it has the little journaling card with the eyelet and the little wax seal, and I put it in there. So for me, the bigger the journal, the more pockets, the more detail they have. Obviously this one I feel like still has a bit, you know, quite a bit of detail. But of course the bigger ones have more pockets, more, because they have more pages, so they tend to have more pockets, more tucks, you know, things like that. But they all will come with their own ephemera pieces, like ephemera kits, or, you know, extra kits that you can add to. I never know when to stop, so I always want to keep adding more. So I always try to be like, okay, that's enough. So, and I do try to add a lot of extras because I want the people who receive these journals to have, you know, more stuff to work with. So for this one, the color is like a dark blue. Technically, originally I was going to have, let me show you. Originally, I was going to have two of each, two of these blue and two of the lilac. What ended up happening was when I was creating the second blue one, I got confused and I put this backwards, so it flipped, you know, it opens to the other side instead of like this, from left to right, it opens right to left. So I did do the patchwork. I'll probably finish it and keep it for myself. I just haven't done it. And then for this one, I used the same fabric on the spine, on the inside, and on the cover, like to back the inner covers. But I used a different fabric on the outside, which was you know, it was the same fabric on the spine and different, you know, on the inside for the other ones. But yeah, so these are gonna be my journals. These are the 3 journals that I have. Like I said, the second one will be fixed. I completely missed that error, but I'll be sure to fix it and show y'all when it's been. I'll probably take pictures again and post them once it's been fixed, which will probably be today. So let me know what y'all think. Let me go ahead and tell you the page counts. Okay, so the biggest one has 32 pages, which equals 64 pages. Like 32 whole pages, 64 pages on the book, and then which is 128 sides. And it has the most amount of detail on it. These two have the same amount of pages, which is 23, which is 46 pages, which equals 92 sides. The biggest difference being that one has 1 signature and the other one has 2, and one will have more pieces of, like, for instance, like the ephemera from Yuki, or more flips, and things like that, more tuck spots, you know, etc. More ephemera in general. The same thing with the ephemera kits. They might have, you know, the bigger ones may have more, but the biggest difference being that this one has 2 signatures, the spine is bigger, and it has more detail when it comes to like adding like additions from the pieces that I bought. But they're all pretty even, you know. I tried to put at least, you know, a couple in here from each one. I guess I just miscalculated when I added the pages. And the pages include the fabric page, the fabric sheet page. My fabric count does include that. So, I mean, I guess it just really depends on what you want. If you want a bigger spine to be able to add more things into it, or you don't mind a smaller spine, because this one is, I mean, it still has room to grow, but it's a little more of a tight fit, whereas this one has, you know, more room to grow because the spine is bigger. And let me get a ruler so I can show you. So these are approximately 9 inches by, you know, a little over, or almost 6.5. Yeah, this one is almost 6.5. A little over 6.25, these two. And they are about 9 inches tall. This one is about 6 inches wide, and also a little over, maybe like 9 1/8 tall. This one, if I recall correctly, the spine was, how big was it? 1 3/4. Yeah, the spine is like about 1 3/4 or 1.5. And it's a little hard to tell because it's rounded. And I don't remember it. This one is a little over 2 inches, like 2 1/4, no, 2 1/8 or something like that. And this one, if I recall correctly, is also about 3 inches, or, you know, about 3 inches. This one's about 2, and this one's like almost 2, but not really. I believe it was 1.5, if I recall correctly, from how I made this spine. It just got rounded, but I believe this one was 1.5. Let me see, because I think I was gonna make them 1.5. These two were gonna be 2 inches, and this one was gonna be 3. which was my original plan. So yeah, I believe this was about a 1.5-inch spine, 2 inches, 3 inches. And like I said, this one's a little bit bigger than 9, but nearly 9. These two are 9 inches tall, 6 and, is it 6 and a, like 6 1/4 inch wide, these two, and then this one's like about 6 inches wide. So I guess it would just depend on whatever it is that you prefer. Love detail. And these I will be selling. They will be on my, I will be taking pictures and posting them on Instagram, and y'all can message me there if you're interested in them. It took me a really long time to finish them, but I did, I was, scouring for the pieces that I wanted. And then, it just so happened that Yuki, did those snippet rolls and then did the ephemera, like bundles that she was selling, and I bought those. And, patchwork can take some time to sew in, and then I had to seal them. So, and I have a full-time job. So it did take me a while to finish them, but I'm really happy with how they turned out. I'm also really happy with the packs that I came up with for extras for them. I'm thinking I recently got my hands on a lot of bingo cards, like vintage bingo cards, so I might add one of those to each pack as well, or maybe inside the journals. So I hope you guys like them. Let me know what you think. If you're interested, like I said, just go ahead and message me over on Instagram. My information will be down below. All the people who I bought stuff from for these journals, like Yuki and Madeline, the individual for the fabric closures will be linked down below. And yeah, let me know what you think. I hope you like this flip through. I'm sorry it got so long. And I'm sorry I wasn't as prepared as the last one. I just completely forgot, like, I need to know sizes and so on. But I hope you like them. Let me know what you think, and I'll see y'all in the next one, I guess.